New Haven, what they say is true. Best pizza ever. Massachusetts could never. Hot take, it's better in Connecticut than in New York. Like, not even a question. Oh my God, Connecticut has the best pizza. But it's just a matter of, like, I'm not necessarily willing to drive 3 hours to get to it. I'd rather go up to Maine if I'm, like, getting in the car for 3 hours.
From Maine's cold coast to Connecticut pride, Vermont's green hills, take it all in stride. Massachusetts traffic, we grip and we grind with a Dunkin' iced coffee and no peace of mind. So New England stands up proud. Chowder thick, we shout it loud. From Fenway Chance to Rhode Island tide, New Hampshire's cry, live free or die. So New England with Ian Brownhill.
Good friggin' morning from New England, folks. Welcome back. Episode 84. We're crushing. We're actually 2 years into the podcast now.
It's true. We just hit our anniversary.
Welcome back. So New England podcast. You guys know me. I'm Ian. I got RJ to my left. Vinny Chen's behind the camera, taking care of everything that RJ and I mess up on a
That's
regular
true.
basis.
That's a good way to put it. Finally, some credit.
We are in spring. We've got a lot of beautiful weather coming our way. And what better way to enjoy New England than to travel around? Which is why we go and get some of the best guests, do we not?
We always have the best guests.
RJ, please tell us who we have in our studio today.
Today's guest hails from northern Boston, and she just might be one of the most well-traveled, knowledgeable New Englanders we've had on the pod to date.
Preach.
Whether you want food, hospitality, or just a damn good time, if you aren't swinging by her page during your travels, you're doing something wrong. With over 40,000 followers, her content is as pure as it comes, and mark my words, my honest opinion, maybe the most aesthetic page I've ever had the privilege to visit. So join me and welcome to the So New England pod, Gianna, a.k.a. New England Guidebook.
10 out of 10. Wow.
Nailed it. That was a good one.
You like that?
Oh
Very
my
good.
God. No one's ever talked about my page like that before.
I
That's
got you.
great.
We always try. RJ does a very good job of making everyone feel incredibly welcome and hyped up beforehand.
Yeah.
Gotta get the blood flowing.
Aced it. Did so good.
Amazing. John, thank you so much for making the trek down to Little Rhodey today.
Anytime.
We love having you in the studio. I'm a big fan of the page. I visit it often to make sure I know where I'm going, what I should be trying.
Happy to hear it.
Have you been down to Little Rhodey before?
I have. I was in Newport last weekend. When I'm here, I'm mostly in the beach towns, but I grew up in Southern Mass, so I feel like I grew up coming to Providence. Providence Place Mall, 13th birthday party, Dave and Buster's had to be there.
That sounds like a
Had
party.
to be there. Uno Pizzeria after, just nothing like it.
A little deep dish.
Oh,
Can't
yeah.
beat it.
And hot take, I mean, I'm just coming right off the bat.
Let's do it.
Federal Hill, best Italian food in New England.
Oh.
Providence has like the best food in New England.
You are coming in hot.
take.
Easily,
That's
I know,
facts.
yeah. But I feel like,
Let's
I don't even know if that's a hot take because I feel like Rhode Island being like the best New England state for food is widely known at this point. But
Yes,
I do
agreed.
try to come down here as much as I can. Ever since I moved, I live just north of Boston in Medford, Mass. But ever since I moved there, I haven't gotten the chance as much to come down here, but always happy to whenever I can. We have a fun day planned after this too, so.
Amazing.
Hell
I mean, honestly, coming in like hot right here. I feel like
Yeah.
we could just like dive right in.
Yeah.
All right. Before we dive right in totally, let's just get a little backstory, John. How did you end up doing what you're doing now with the social media stuff? Let's hear the story.
Oh my God. This is like this goes back to like when I was a kid.
Love
so
that.
My mom is my best friend, can never sit still ever. Like when I was a kid, she would be home with us and be like every day, be like, let's go. We're going to Rhode Island today. We're going to New Hampshire today. We're going to the Cape for the weekend. Like
Awesome.
always on the go. And I thought that's kind of how everybody lived until I got a little bit older and all of my friends were like, are you okay? Like you're never home. Like you can never sit still. And then I started dating my husband in, oh gosh, like 2019. We were distanced. He lived up in New Hampshire. I was down in Southern Mass and we had to travel up like hour and 20 to and from every single weekend to see each other. And while we were doing that, we're like, why don't we just make the most of our time together and travel around? So that's when we started doing weekend trips. We'd stay at like shitty little campgrounds, like all across like just the northern states, just to explore. And after a while of doing that, I was working in social media marketing at that point. Went to Merrimack College, majored in communications marketing, had been doing that ever since. But I was just like, why don't I start a page of this? Like, I love doing social media marketing for other people. why don't I just have this of myself? Because we have so many little clips and pictures from all of our trips. We go away all the time. We might as well. And it really just remained in that dream state for way too long. I thought about doing this in 2021, and it wasn't until 2025 that I really was just like, let's do it. Like I have nothing to lose at this point. Like I'm only hurting myself by not doing it. And best decision ever. So that's how New England Guidebook came to be born. Actually, at first, if you want to know something about New England Guidebook,
I want to know all the things about New England Guidebook.
Every little bit.
so it actually wasn't called that at first. And my friends listening right now are going to be making so much fun of me for it because they still do make fun of my first name. It was New England Nook because
That's adorable.
Thank you. I thought it was going to be a lot of like home and cooking content with my travels mixed in. But then I was making New England Nook because I do love to like cook and I don't know, I love decorating, all of that stuff. But as I was doing that, I'm like, I'm never home. Like, this makes no sense. So I was like, you know what? Like, New England Guidebook is the only content that I'm posting. So why don't we run with that? And then as soon as I changed my name to that, that's when everything kind of took off from there. So
Amazing.
Yeah.
I think this is a great testament. And I think I've had a lot of conversations with individuals that are interested in making content for a living. And this is like a tale as old as time. And let's like refer it to relationships as an example. Relationships that start as friendships are often very successful because you get to know someone first and then you start, the romantic side of a relationship. And the same thing with content. You come from a marketing background, you understand the business aspect of things to the fullest extent. So then when you approach it, you're going to have immediate success because you understand the ins and outs of it.
Thank you. That is so kind for you to say. It hasn't always felt like that, but
of course.
But looking at it after a year and everything, it's like all about knowing when to make those pivots when you need to. I think like the classic example that everybody can think of is when Instagram moved from, pictures and stuff to short form video content to copy TikTok, and everybody had to pivot or else you'd kind of lose your traction there. It's just like the name of the game, and it is what it is, but it does help that I have that background. Along with it, I guess I'd say I'm at a little bit of an advantage with that.
Absolutely. And from a personal standpoint, because I've had the experience I had beforehand with the acting, it did help in the production aspect of my content and how to like capture the audience. 100%. And then 100%. All of my odds and ends jobs that led me there with sales also helped me pitch myself to brands so that I could capitalize as far as like turning this into a career. So if anyone's listening that's interested in content, this is a great strategy. Learn the ins and outs before you just start wanting to go viral overnight, because that's just unfortunately not how it works anymore.
Exactly.
So kudos to you.
Thanks.
Oh yeah.
So let's talk about some of the content that you produce. Where does the inspiration kind of come from with what you decide to do? Because obviously you travel a lot, you do all those things, but do you select these restaurants in advance? Do they reach out to you? Do you say, I want to go check out this Airbnb? Or, like today's beautiful, let's go to Vermont. How does it come about?
It is so terrible that I'm about to say this, but literally all of the above. Every single thing that you just said is how this page is. So like today, for instance, right? Like I'm doing some work with a restaurant right after this, super excited to go to, so happy they reached out, like really fortunate to get to work with them. Also really excited to go to this coffee shop after too, that I've been seeing on my page and like, it looks cool. And as I said to you guys, I was like, oh, I'm just going to make a day of it, like and be in Providence. Why not? So I think literally all of what you just said is the case for my day today too. And that's how my weekends are formulated. So what I'll usually do is if I have something coming up in the pipeline, like somebody I'm working with or a place I really want to go to, I'll try to compile it all. So I have bookmarks and little tabs of everything that I see when I'm on social media, when I'm just browsing online, bored or whatever, and I'll save it all. And I'll try to like curate an itinerary for myself. And then when I have my weekend where I'm going, I'll follow said itinerary and then post it all. And that's how I'm not very organized about it. I think people have this impression that I have my calendar because I have to, but I think people have this impression that I plan out everything, like every single stop, but I really just wander about until I find what clicks, I guess. I don't know.
And sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think that's what makes it so pure.
Right.
Thanks.
Because when you look at a lot of the stuff you post on your page, like you might see it as sporadic because that's how it came together for you, but it gives that New England Guidebook part where you go from, hey, this post was Maine, this is Rhode Island, this is Vermont, now we're back to Maine, now we're in Rhode Island again. Oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
oh yeah.
You know.
And I'm glad that you said that because I do feel very sporadic at times. Like this week, my posts are all like, hey, this place in Vermont, this is what Rhode Island looks like now. But if you go back up to New Hampshire, this new restaurant just opened up and let's go back down to Rhode Island so I can try this new coffee shop. So, but it is fun. And I think, what I like about it too is that like everybody sees themselves represented in it, no matter where you are from New England. Like I don't know, I'd feature probably every state besides Connecticut. I'm not so good about Connecticut. I need to be better about Connecticut.
That's a far drive for you.
Yeah.
It is. I do like Connecticut. I do want to do a Connecticut trip this summer. But I like that people can follow me and kind of see where they're from represented to not only get ideas about an itinerary, but also know about what's going on in their area too. Like, you know, like if somebody, say from New Hampshire, follows me and I posted about the Lakes region, maybe I'm highlighting something that they didn't know about. I don't know.
I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I wish I had a better answer for you. I'm not very organized about it at all, but it works, I guess. So
Is there a certain aspect of your own content that you enjoy to do more than others? Like, does the food stuff, is it for you? Or is it like, you know, because as a creator, some of the perks that do come into being able to create content and videos is you do get invited to maybe these Airbnbs, these hotels, these places that you maybe never had seen before. And you get to experience it in a different way than like, you know, the average person might be going to, you know, plan the entire weekend around like, oh, we got to go to this one place. So you're just like, oh, we'll book wherever works.
Yeah.
You know, so what for you is the most enjoyable aspect of your content?
definitely like the Airbnb of it all. But I think even beyond that, like if the scenery around that place looks pretty, I am there. Like if it's like on a really pretty beach or like with the mountains in the background, like that is my bread and butter. Like the nature of it all, like what you can get behind it when you just look at a place, but like see how beautiful New England is in the back. That is what gets me so excited. I remember a couple weeks ago, I posted about this coffee shop we went to last summer, and it was up in Tamworth, New Hampshire, if you're familiar with it. And
yeah.
it's, oh my gosh, it was so pretty. It's like this little like cottage with like the mountains in the back and this like beautiful garden right along a river. And like, that's like kind of my favorite thing because it combines it all. But the setting of it is so New England. I don't know.
Right.
That's probably the dumbest joke that you hear all the time.
We love that. You did it for us. Thank you.
did it for us.
Oh my God. But it's like, but that's exactly what it's about. And then I think the Airbnb of it all too, kind of, you find more of that in the Airbnb rather than like your average restaurant. So
Fantastic.
What would you say was the hardest thing to learn growing up?
Probably learning how to like use, save, or spend money.
You legit worked in banking, did you not?
You're welcome.
Are you still with Dime Bank or are you too Hollywood now?
Okay, rude, but yes, I am.
Imagine your followers finding out you're with a Connecticut-based bank.
Okay, first of all, they have a branch in Wesley, Rhode Island, which is where we grew up. So really that's brownie points because I'm sticking to my roots. Second, I think everyone would appreciate that I'm with a bank that knows and understands their community. Their tagline is legit, community banking lives here.
Hey, I'm not asking you to sell me on it. I've been banking with them for years, and they know me on a first-name basis. I'm just saying, I'm surprised is all. I can see the headlines now. Mr. Anti-Connecticut actually banks with local community bank?
Okay, you know what? Follow along with me here. They're FDIC insured, equal housing lenders, wicked friendly. They take care of all my personal needs, have expansive products to help all my businesses, offer lending across the board, merchant services. What more could I possibly want or need? And you know that I secretly like Connecticut, so.
Oh, I hope you heard that, folks. Dime Bank is the reason Ian loves Connecticut.
Okay, you're ridiculous. Funny story, though. You know how they have like the mobile app with like banking, Lifesaver, you can do all the deposits. Have you tried to teach your mom how to do the mobile deposit
No.
yet? I was teaching my mom how to do it, and she takes a selfie instead of the check. Visit dimebank.com to learn more. All right, well, then let's start going into the expertise of what you've learned and where you've traveled.
ooh,
Let's start in the north.
okay.
Give us like a good day in Vermont. What does that look like? What do you enjoy about Vermont that you would personally recommend people experience if they're going to be day tripping or traveling the way you do?
Okay. I'm going to take this a step further. Give me a season.
Ooh, that's a great
Wow.
question. All right, well, let's go by, I believe this is safe to say, the most popular for New England, which is going to be fall.
Absolutely.
Everyone loves fall in New England.
Oh, yeah.
So why don't you give us the fall itinerary? And of course, also, why don't we take it another step further?
Okay.
Would you recommend that a day trip is enough for certain places, or would you recommend it needs to be X amount of days?
I'd say a weekend is really great in Vermont. My favorite area in Vermont, I got the chance to visit just for 2 days last year. I'm so excited to go back. It's Bristol.
Literally,
like-
New England just has the same name
Yeah.
in every state.
Yeah, literally, there's
I'm like,
always a Bristol.
There's always a Bristol. There's always a, you know what I mean?
I'm from Bristol County, Mass. Like, so funny.
Yeah.
Our founding fathers were very, short on the vocabulary of what words they could choose from.
Not to derail this entirely, but I find that funny, especially when people reach out to me and they're like, hey, come to this event in Liverpool. And I'm like, not that England at all. Like, very, very different area. But no, Bristol, Vermont, so cute. It's like this little quaint town that has so much heart and charm. So it's like, there's little coffee shops all around. There's, like just so many like cute little inns. There's this place called Bristol Suites that we love to stay. It's like the rooms are all like big library themed. Like they're just, oh my God,
adorable.
love it there. Love the people there. We also love, it's called like the Tillerman. That's another inn. It has like farm to table pizza, some of the best pizza you'll ever have. So I'd say definitely use Bristol
There
as
it
a
is
home
again.
base. It's so good.
We constantly, I'm sorry to interrupt, we constantly hear that Vermont has some of the best pizza. And you're
best.
continuing the theme.
The best.
We got to get to Vermont for some pizza.
It's because it's all farm to table. It really
Fresh
makes
ingredients
such
makes
a
a huge
difference.
difference.
It really
It does.
does.
Oh
A
my
good
God.
tomato can really change a pizza.
100%.
It really does have an impact now that I think there's so much out there that's not quote unquote. Everything's got something in it.
Right.
No
Yeah.
matter how hard we try not to be.
So there's always a bad aspect to the food,
Yeah,
the
right.
ingredient.
Oh,
of
yeah.
something.
So like when you finally get that stuff, like he went to Italy and was like, I ate so much and I never felt full and I
Yeah.
never felt disgusting. And it's like,
Because
that's
it's
why.
good. That happened to me in Italy too. It's so much better up there, but different conversation for a different day, I guess.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Totally derailed you there.
No,
So
no,
Vermont,
you're good.
You nailed it.
we're
We were
getting a
going to
good
derail.
pizza.
Oh, I love it. So yeah, so go to Bristol, Vermont, stay there. It's such a cute little town because even if you're not a hiker, it's like surrounded by mountains. Like you can like look up you're like close to Middlebury, so you can go hiking in there. You can go there. There's like a little chocolatier shop in Bristol. It's so cute. And you can go over to like, just go over to Middlebury, explore all that's there. There's so many hiking trails on the way. Admittedly, I haven't hiked much in Vermont. Next month I'll be able to tell a different story about what to do with that. I'm more of a New Hampshire hiking girl, but I just think Vermont, like you got everything there. Like you have the scenic drive up to the little town. It's all going to be like a little bit out of the way, but that's worth it because you see all the foliage and they have so much heart and charm to it. But yeah.
Love it. All right, New Hampshire now.
Oh God. So New Hampshire actually, main inspo behind my page because I'd go up to visit my husband so often. So I feel very well traveled there. New Hampshire in the fall. I like going up to Whitefield. It's like this little town right out, like right under, it's between Littleton and Lancaster. And you go there, you're close to, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the top of it. It's, Pinkham Notch. So you're close to there where like this beautiful place called Table Rock. And it's this giant little cliff that you can walk out. It's like 1,000 feet. No, maybe not 1,000 feet. It felt like 1,000 feet, probably more like 200 feet on either side of you. Like this just giant cliff. It's so scary, but you're overlooking all the beautiful foliage. You're about like an hour away from there. You can go back through North Conway. You're still pretty close to Conway in Whitefield, probably only like 45 minutes away.
I think Table Rock's like 800 feet. You're not too far off.
Okay,
I
all
think
right.
it's quite a
It's
quite a ledge.
terrifying.
Yeah,
It's terrifying.
There
I
is
hated being up
there is
there.
fencing and stuff. So if anyone's listening and you're going to bring your children to Table Rock, you're talking about the one that has like the fencing around it, right?
No.
That's near the
No.
Diana's Baths. No,
No. You're thinking of Cathedral Edge, I think.
Oh, Cathedral Edge.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
sorry. That's
yeah.
what I'm thinking
Oh my
of.
God, no,
Okay.
you're fine. There's like literally, that's what I love about New Hampshire though. There's so
There's
many
so much to
little
see, yes.
things like that. Like it's so, oh my God. But it's, yeah, so it's up in the Pinkham Notch. It's not as well traveled, but it's the best foliage views in New Hampshire. So stay in Whitefield, go up there, come back. You can go and explore like the Mountain View Grand. They'll have like little fires outside. You can go up to Littleton, have some of the best food. They have really good pizza at, here we go with the pizza again. Schilling Brewery is really good. Really good coffee shops. And then again, you're really close to like North Conway. Love North Conway, but I think New Hampshire's very similar to Vermont where there's like other really cool little places too.
Right. Amazing. Okay, how about Maine?
I love Maine. Acadia National Park is like my favorite place on this planet.
Oh, no kidding.
But
I'll be traveling there this summer, so I'm going to be
yay!
closely listening.
Oh, that's
I'd love to hear
awesome.
where I should be going and checking out.
Don't stay in Bar Harbor. Please don't stay in Bar Harbor. There's so many cute little places. I love Bar Harbor. There's such good like restaurants and things to do up there. We always stay in the Southwest Harbor. It is my favorite literal area on this planet. It is, oh my God, has my heart. It's like so quaint. It's all by the water. Anywhere you go, you're like 10 minutes from the ocean and just the most beautiful like boats just sailing by. The downtown's adorable. It has so many things to do. The hikes are like, you can get like walk through the woods with like the most gorgeous mountains in the back, but you can also get like the really cool like ladders of it all too. Like Acadia has like a bunch of like, you can just scale up ladders on the side of a big rock precipice trail. If you're into that, it's terrifying, but it's worth it. Yeah, and then there's like, we like the beach cliff trail, but there's also like a bunch of really cool little areas too that you won't encounter a lot of people. And that's if you stay on the Southwest Harbor side of Acadia, which I also don't want to drop the name of the campground we stay at because I don't want it to like, I don't know, I kind of want to gatekeep that one. But there's like a ton of really cool little cute campgrounds that you can stay in with like really cool things to do there. Yeah, I love it up there. And I think Bar Harbor's awesome. But if you're going up to Acadia, you might as well check out one of the little towns near it.
Love that. All right. Now, this is going to be a tough one. Massachusetts. Are you sending people west?
No.
Or are you going to tell? Or are we keeping them in the Boston region?
We're keeping them in Boston. I'm so sorry. I like Western Mass, but like, why go out there when you could just stay here?
Yeah.
Oh man, I know I feel horrible saying that, but I just
not a fan of the Berkshires in that whole area.
It's not that I'm not a fan of it. It's just that how do I word this? It's I like it out there, but I think it's really great like in the summer, in the off season. It's not my favorite place. But just because there's not as much to do out there. If you're really into nature and really into hiking, skiing, all of that, you're going to have a ball out there. But if you're going to try to like get the full itinerary of it all, like find a coffee shop, you're just going to be driving a lot.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so I think like if you stay
not a lot of towns, it's like one main area and then the rest is kind of like just driving.
I will say Williamstown is awesome. I just stayed there very recently. Loved it there, right near North Adams too, which has a bunch of really cool museums. That place is great. And I hear over the summer, they're really big into music. They have a bunch of really cool like musical acts coming in. And I haven't experienced it for myself at that time, but I think that'd be worth it. But no, if we're going to Mass, stay in the Boston area. I think it's really cool if you go up to like Plum Island, Newburyport. Like that's my favorite area.
Plum Island, Newburyport is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh my God, I love
Which is coming from a harsh critic of seaside towns. I'm always a critic of like Newport and stuff like that. As a Rhode Islander,
I was gonna say as a Rhode Islander, yeah, I get that.
Well, we grew up in
you grow up near the ocean. It's you know how it is. Like when you're inland, when you're on the coastline, you want to go inland. When you're inland, you want to go to the coastline. 100%. It's just kind of how it goes. But Newburyport and Plum Island is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, it's the best. And I feel like it's very underrated in terms of like Massachusetts beach towns or even up in like the Gloucester, Essex area. I mean, like grew up going to the Cape, obviously. Who didn't? But
right.
There's just so much to explore beyond that too.
Awesome. And what about Boston? Where would you send people?
Oh man, Cambridge has the better food. Sorry, whatever. It is what it is. Cambridge has the best food. So if you're like trying to get a good meal, like go to Cambridge. The best. I love Urban Hearth. I think what they're doing over there is really cool. It's like the only farm to table restaurant in Cambridge.
Okay.
You can get little small plates, but also too like Cambridge, Boston. It's something you can just like get lost in. Like you can go there precisely without an itinerary. Walk along the street, see where it takes you. You might find a cute little bookstore, a little park. Obviously a big fan of like, if you're not from here, you have to go to the public gardens in Boston proper. It's like a rite of passage. Fenway, like all that stuff.
Really fun time when you do it.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's great. I love the North End. My family, whenever they come to see me in like the Boston area, they request the North End.
Yes.
I'm actually going there tonight. But
what's the go-to restaurant in the North End for you?
They just like going to Cafe Vittoria more than a restaurant. They like an espresso martini and a pastry after dinner, but we'll go around. They love Giacomo's. We're going to Florentine tonight, actually.
I love Giacomo's is the spot that I've really only been to Giacomo's.
Exactly.
So it's like the only experience I can truly have. The only thing I'll say about like Boston to me and the North End is it's so turnstile, especially on the weekend, that like you get in, you order in 5 minutes, and like after that last bite, your plate is gone and your check is down.
Yes. Oh my God.
Because they need to turn it over and that's the only thing. So like
that's why I've like
my only gripe with the North End is like you're not gonna really like you'll have a good meal, but I don't know that enjoying is the word that I would
100%. So there's this place that we actually like to go. It's like the little cigar bar. That's the one place that doesn't kick you out after a while. So if you want to hang out in the North End, like literally go down to the cigar bar. I mean, like you won't be able to see after a while, but they have like good drinks. They have good food. I love like La Familia Giorgio. It's this restaurant in the North End. I find that they don't do that there.
Oh, good. Good. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, and I mean, there's like you can go and like sit at like a wine bar. We're really big like sit at the bar people precisely so they don't turn us over. Pretty much wherever we go, you can find us like sitting at the bar like for that reason. But I think there's like a lot of really cool like hidden places. The really nice thing about the North End too is you can walk around, like find like a little alleyway and find like the best food you'll ever eat in your life down it that you've never even heard of. So that's really cool about it too. But I don't know. Those are my favorite areas of Boston. I also think Brookline's very underrated. I don't know if you'd consider that Boston.
Well, I'm a Rhode Islander. Anything to me, I'm like, if you're within like a 5 mile to maybe
Anything north of Providence.
Yeah, anything north of Providence turns into, if you're from Rhode Island, you're like, Canton, Mass is Boston to most people.
Yeah. Oh my God. I used to work in Canton. That's so funny. Brookline's really cool because it's like the cutest little downtown. You can walk around for miles. It's a great place to stay if you're going to Fenway because it's cheaper and the food's really good too. And there's a lot to do. Like you can just like, I don't know, like walk around, see a park, like go to like a little thrift shop. Like there's little pop-ups happening up there all the time. You can like go shopping. Like something's always going on. I love Brookline. We used to live over there and I miss it a lot. So
Amazing. This is fantastic. I think a lot of people are going to benefit from what's going on. Now, we're curious as Rhode Islanders. What would you say for little roadie?
Oh God, you're gonna hate me.
Yeah,
You're
don't
gonna
mess
hate
this
me.
up.
Probably not, but
Don't
No,
mess
I'm
this
gonna,
up.
no, I'm gonna
I already
mess it
know
up.
where I already know where we're going because you've already mentioned it. So take us to
no.
Newport.
The only thing I will say is I haven't gotten as much of a chance to explore all of the areas in Rhode Island that I want to. Like I am so dying to go to Block Island. I'm dying to go to Watch Hill. I'm so hoping that I can do this all this summer and like get more well versed on Rhode Island beyond than what I've just been to. What I will say is Middletown, like we would always stay there growing up and like it's just nostalgic to me, right?
I love that.
We like would stay at like this little house like right on the beach like for a week like with my family and I don't know, it just has really great memories to me. Now when I go down here, I love like Justo and Newport. I feel like that's a classic. I don't know. I went to Clark Cook the other day. I really liked it. They had really good oysters. But I find that Newport's also the same kind of place too where you can walk around and I don't know, really just see where the day takes you.
Absolutely.
You can definitely get lost down there and have a good time. For sure.
Absolutely.
I just went to a really cute coffee shop in Newport called Beaucoup. Have you guys been there yet?
No.
It's like a French thing.
There's only one place that I ever
That's
visit.
okay. Listen, Duncan gets a bad rap. I love Duncan. Shamelessly.
Yes. No shame in it. Scream it from the rooftops.
Scream it from the rooftops.
We love our
I
donkeys.
love Duncan. My coworkers make fun of me for it all the time, but it's fine.
I mean, look, cute. I love a cute coffee shop. I love like a corner cafe. I
Yeah.
think they're amazing. But I'm just at the end of the day, like I'm usually on the go and this is my go-to. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's,
live your truth. It's fine.
I don't always have, $25 for a drink and
100%.
50 minutes to spare in the line and all
No.
that kind of jazz.
Duncan's cheap. It's good. It's not very
I'm
consistent, but it's fine.
I'm also like pretty much a black coffee drinker. So
Yeah.
to me, I'm like, I'm not going to go wait in line and spend that for, some 900 calorie drink because it's got strawberries and matcha.
Yeah,
in it. It's
literally
like,
because I
just not my cup of coffee.
not my cup of coffee.
Hey,
That's a
how you
good
doing?
one. No, but it's so true though. And I don't know. I'm more of like kind of a black coffee or like coffee with like a cream in it myself. And but Beaucoup is doing it right. It's like a little French coffee shop. Off the beaten path. It's hidden behind a shell. So I think a lot of people don't really know it's there. I think that's adorable. We went to this place. I can't think of the name right now, and people in your comment section can tell me where I'm talking about. It was in Newport last year. It was Mama Luisa. It was like this little woman's house. It was like a converted house, and like they just served you Italian food, and you could sit.
I've
there.
never even heard of it. That's actually sounds really cool.
There's
I like
probably
that.
about 6 Nonas back there.
Yeah,
None of
literally.
them over 5 feet.
Yes, exactly.
Crushing homemade pasta and meatballs and cutlets.
Cannot
in the world.
understand the waitress at all.
Yep.
To save your life, they bring you out a little tray of desserts at
We'll
the
have
end.
to check that out. Have you heard of that,
You hear
Vin?
that?
Mama
Mama Luisa,
No, I haven't.
yeah. Oh my God, and if
Well,
I'm
that's my
butchering
own
it,
business.
I'm like
getting
I'm like
attacked.
we're Rhode Islanders and we don't even know. But again, I
Well,
think it's the Newport thing.
sounds-
'Cause
yeah.
Yeah,
most Rhode
it's
Islanders
tough
don't
'cause-
travel over the bridges.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair. It's the mainland they call it up here, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So funny story. Last week, I had a bit of an allergic reaction when I was in Newport and spent some time at Newport Hospital.
Oh, geez.
Learned a lot about the area from the EMTs that I got to see, though. Like the mainland, what's considered that, what isn't that, and I don't know. It was kind of fun getting to pick everybody's brains. But no, Mama Louise is so cool. Love it there. Have you guys ever been to the Newport Protective Club?
Nope.
So
Probably
I'm,
the least educated and versed in Newport for
Okay.
Rhode Islanders.
Yeah.
what I'll say about Newport too is exactly what I said about the North End. Like if you go off the beaten path, off of like Maine, Thames Street, everything, you can find some cool places. So this place, it was like just like exactly that, like a protective club for a while. They renovated it a couple of years ago, and now it's just like this sleek bar, and they only do sandwiches. It's like drinks and sandwiches, but you can go there on like nights and stuff and get like the best drink ever, be around a bunch of locals and really like feel like you're a true Rhode Islander. And it's, again, because it's like a mile off Thames, but I really like it there. It's a great place to get a late night sandwich. Again, I'm biased because I know the owners, but really good place too. I don't know. Don't knock Newport. I feel like come back and try out some other
I
places.
was gonna say, I think it's more. I think they more called us like, what are they? Inlanders. What are they?
Mainlanders.
Mainlanders. Yeah.
That's more of them to us. We don't do that to them. We
Got
just
it,
call them
got it.
Newport. We
Got
just
it.
call it Newport.
But I feel like as far as traveling is concerned, because you're saying like, oh, I've been to like most of Rhode Island. Honestly, you have like Providence and Newport are like the two hubs for Rhode Island.
Okay.
And then like Watch Hill is very explored. It's like very picturesque. I think people really enjoy it. More Connecticut and New York folk come up to the Watch Hill area because they don't go all the way into
Yeah,
Rhode Island.
exactly.
Because it's so
But
close to
it's-
Musqueamick.
it's-
too.
100. Oh,
It's a
I love Misquamicut. I used to grow up going there.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I feel like everything is kind of like a cute beach town in Rhode Island. I think
Yeah.
just because we grew up right down the street, technically in Watch Hill, just not with the mansions ourselves, because we grew up in that area, Newport wasn't like, like we have to go do it. But it is
Yeah,
very
exactly.
cute. I kind of make the joke just because it's like what's popular on the page and always trends. As Rhode Islanders, though, you often don't cross over the bridge. And if I'm going to be going out and walking around and getting food, like I'd rather go somewhere that is affordable and doesn't have the huge crowd.
Yeah.
I'm an old grumpy man. I don't know what to tell you.
No,
I-
it's okay.
I want to get in and get out and just like, not pay too much.
You're in the hub for food too. I wouldn't leave Providence much if I lived down here. Like it's like the best food. Other place in kind of, I guess, like on the islands of Rhode Island that I would recommend is, have you been to Ragged Island Brewing?
Not yet.
I was gonna
Oh
say, I've
my
heard of it, though.
God. That is
Yeah.
like probably my favorite place in Rhode Island. It's basically like greenhouse meets brewery. All plants everywhere you go. It smells wonderful. Dog friendly. They have games. You can just sit there for hours. They have like food trucks that come by.
Hell yeah.
It's really pretty. I think they do weddings there and stuff too. We went there last time with the intention of being in for one drink and then leaving. It was dark when we left. I think we were there for 4 hours just talking to our friends. But that's a really great place too if you're like down in that area and don't want to like necessarily go all the way into Newport. But I also think too there's like a bunch of other, like we just went to Warren. I love Warren. It was so eclectic.
There you go. Warren's beautiful. Warren
Oh
and
my
Bristol.
God, yeah.
Warren and Bristol, in my opinion, are the two
Yeah.
the best towns as far as like seaside, good food, walkable, enjoyable, not overly crowded, although it is obviously
It's getting there.
It's getting there
It's-
because
yeah.
of social media, which is good. I mean, listen, we want all of our towns and our small businesses here in Rhode Island to flourish. So
Yeah.
bring in the tourism, but no matter what, like if I have to wait in line with more than 2 people, I'm going to complain. Doesn't matter where I am, but that's just the
Exactly.
Rhode Island in me.
Yeah, 100%. And and I think that you have to walk a fine line between like you want a small business to get extra money where they can, but you also don't want to like clog up the infrastructure
You're
too. I don't know. So it's like it's hard. I tend to gatekeep like hikes in nature a lot more just because I don't want the extra foot traffic there selfishly. And I think that's kind of something too, like it's the beauty of it is going and exploring for yourself and figuring out what's there and figuring out what you like. I don't know. I probably sound like such a hypocrite right now because earlier I was like, gatekeep that campground that I'm staying at. Like, we'll not tell you where that is. But no, Warren, Bristol, awesome. I guess maybe I have been in more Rhode Island than I'm giving myself credit for, like you
Well,
said.
just remember,
East
it's only
Bay
a 45
area.
minute drive north to south, so you've probably
Yeah.
explored a lot.
Yeah,
More,
fair.
more than you think.
That's fair. I think it's like the western part of the state that I.
Yeah, that you've explored it.
Yeah,
You're not
valid.
missing much in Falls to Gloucester. It's just a lot of trees.
Green
Okay.
Summit.
I think Rhode Island is actually incredibly underrated for how much like woods and farmland and, you know,
Yeah.
I guess you could say kind of like the sticks that we actually have.
yeah.
Because
100%.
everyone's like convinced that just like Newport and Providence is, I'm like, actually, we have quite a bit of open land and trees
Yeah.
and reservations and all these things here that a lot of people don't really get to see.
See, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. I'd love to
Unfortunately, it's just
explore
like
that more.
there's not anything out there to do. So if you're not
Yeah.
going to like hunt and you're not into,
Yeah.
some people usually when they get out, they want to climb a mountain. We have mounds.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty
Mountains.
sure are
Nice.
just
Well,
like,
you have a hill to ski on.
we
You
do.
do have that
Yagu,
hill.
Yawgoo is
Yeah.
quite a spot. It's quite a bump.
Pretty steep to me.
All right. How about Connecticut?
Oh God. No, I'm gonna give like the classic, like Mystic. Can't beat it. I can't. Oh my
It
God.
is
It's been
adorable.
so long since I've been there though. I like can't really give you a recommendation because I'm quite literally not sure what's there anymore. I feel like such a fraud being the New England Guidebook, being like, I don't know, I got nothing. West Hartford's really cool. Went there a couple years ago with my friends. We were able to like just walk around, get a bite. I'm not gonna lie, I stay in Connecticut when I'm like coming from like New York City. If I'm like there for a concert or something, my friend lives in Connecticut, so I'll like crash at his place. Yeah, New Haven, we went a couple years ago for a concert. What they say is true. Best pizza ever. Massachusetts could never. Hot take, it's better in New York, in Connecticut than in New York. Like, not even a question. Oh my God, Connecticut has the best pizza. But it's just a matter of like, I'm not necessarily willing to drive 3 hours to get to it. I'd rather go up to Maine if I'm like getting in the car for 3 hours, or like Vermont or something, you know? But
Absolutely.
I guess more to come on Connecticut there. I feel really guilty every day that I haven't explored as much of it as I want. But this summer, really trying to get there.
Love it.
Yeah.
That's
Mystic's a
all
good
really
spot,
good
though.
information.
It's a great spot.
Thank you. Going state by state. We appreciate
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Great.
Now, my next question is actually going to be surrounding a little bit of the controversy that comes with exactly what you're doing with social media, which is around building the hype of these states, these towns, these businesses, whether big, small, ice cream shops, pizza parlors, hotels. The delicate balance between wanting to help these companies and these businesses thrive and helping people find interesting places to visit, and also like the New England feeling of being like, hey, that's like the gatekeeping. That's my spot.
Yeah.
And you look at a spot like I was just in Newport last week filming something, and the Nitro Bar at 2:00 in the afternoon had a line
Yeah.
of like 30 people. And there's a viral cinnamon bun, and I happened to be right there. And
Oh,
I was
it's so good. I
was like-
just had it.
I was like, I should try it. And the line, like, it was sold out, and I couldn't get
Yeah.
it. But what's your feeling towards that as a creator and then as a consumer? Because you obviously have a lot of passion and truly love New
Yeah.
England. And we, as New Englanders, want to enjoy these things, but we also don't want to wait in line. Like, how do we explore that? What is your feeling towards it?
Okay. If there's a line, it's for a reason. Just wait in that line every time. If there's a line, people are waiting for, get in that line. Doesn't even matter what you're waiting for. They know what they're talking about.
Mhm.
I think that like just looking at that, right? Like it's classic word of mouth marketing, right? Like even without, so even if you like didn't have an Instagram account, right? You saw a line, you'd be like, what is this for?
100%.
Yeah, you got to see what the hype's about,
100%.
right? Like it's still classic word of mouth marketing. I think that's fine. Like when it's like a small business, especially look, it's hard to run a restaurant, kind of like pay your rent and like make a profit off that too. I think if it's like in terms of like an eatery or a place like that, feed into the hype, go see what they're doing. Those viral cinnamon rolls are good, especially the ones in Massachusetts too. If you've seen Shushan Farm, it's a woman in her driveway that sells the cinnamon rolls and everything. But like anything you see like that, like always recommend chasing it. Vermont Country Deli, I'm sure you've seen the mac and cheese up there. So good. Like, it's like, I think that's fine. Like, I don't know. Like, and I think that like a small business making extra money is such a good thing. Where I have trouble with it is the nature of it all. I'm a very big hiker. You will not see me a lot of the time telling you about the trails that I'm going on, just because I think that, I don't know, tourists are assholes.
Yeah.
Everybody's mean. Like there's this like Bash Bish Falls in Massachusetts. I'm not sure if you've heard of it.
Yes. Yep.
And they had to really close off the falls for visitors because people were leaving like loaded diapers from their kids out there.
Oh my God.
And it's like, come on, like be
Yeah.
better. And I know the vast
Couldn't take you there. Always leaving loaded diapers behind.
My bad. It was one time. I thought that was going to stay between us. Now everyone knows.
Sorry.
You're good. It's
Can't
hilarious.
tell you anything. Jesus.
But no, it's just like, it's one of those things like that. It's like, and that was a beautiful place, and it was ruined by the tourism of it all. And again, I don't think it's most people. Like I genuinely believe that most people are good, but it's like the 5% of people that aren't, that I'm like, you got to leave these like little communities able to, I don't know, fend for themselves and fix what they're doing. A lot of the trails in New Hampshire that we like to go on are, really maintained by like Dartmouth College or like little like local groups and stuff that are just doing it to help, and like they don't get paid at all. Like they don't get paid
Yeah,
enough to
Just the passion to protect nature.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly, to clean up your crap. And I'd say like so that I will gatekeep, just because I think that that is my responsibility as a creator to not overload infrastructure where I can. But I think as far as it goes to like a restaurant or like somebody's business, that's fine.
Yeah. It is so difficult too, because even as a creator, you're like, you understand that social media is like a fleeting thing where people want to visit these places, but you also kind of hope that they have the same passion and desire as you to like, I want to go there because I want to be in nature. I want to see a beautiful view. I want to enjoy the foliage. But you go to a place like, oh gosh, what is that called? Right at the bottom of Cannon Mountain there in the White Mountains when you're going through.
Franconia Notch, yeah.
Yeah, so when you're going through Franconia's Notch, there's like that little tabletop that's in front of Echo Lake.
Yeah.
That everyone goes.
Artist Bluff.
Artist Bluff, right? But that is like the most picturesque spot. But like you go there and it's
beautiful.
like everyone's there just taking a photo. And you're like, is anyone looking at how gorgeous this is?
Yeah, no
Like,
one. They take the photo and go back.
You can tell like who the people are there for Instagram and the people who are there to like, you know, like, hey, like I had like a lunch break. This is like a quick 5-minute walk up this or little tiny hike up to the top of Artist Bluff. And it's like,
oh, what was his name? Mount Washington.
okay.
They had him on the pod.
Matt Lyons?
Matt? Thank you.
Yeah, Matt.
Matt Lyons was telling us kind of the same thing.
Yeah, he
'Cause
did the whole,
was
he
an
did the
avid
whole
hiker,
AT.
and he wanted
that's
to,
awesome.
you know, you're at the top of Mount Washington and everyone's just there taking pictures. He's like, I'm all for the picture, but like, I just did the hike and I want to see like the end result. So,
It's disheartening.
Yeah.
We hiked Cannon a couple years back. That one, whatever, it's fine. It's a 4,000 footer. Like everybody
Right.
knows what Cannon is. We hiked it a couple years back and we get to the top. Super hard hike, really rewarding. We get to the top. There are people in flip-flops that took the tram up that are like cutting in front of us for a pic. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Granted, like everybody has their own right. Like I'm all for like if hiking's not your thing, like you should still be able to see a beautiful mountain.
Of course, yeah.
Too.
It's just a delicate balance between
it's a delicate balance. I don't know. I'm torn between like my diplomatic answer and how I really feel, but I don't know. It is a balance though, and it's just like be respectful. Like if you're
right.
gonna be doing it, like just be mindful of everybody around you, and like we're all here to see the same thing. Like getting the picture's cool, and like definitely wait in line for that, but don't monopolize the view. Please don't. That Artist Bluff thing is so funny. I almost got my engagement photos taken there, and we ended up deciding against that because it was peak foliage, and the photographer was like, no.
Yeah, like I'm not
Yeah.
gonna find parking. I'm not gonna try and walk that trail.
Yeah.
It's like it's a nightmare at that time of year.
Yeah.
that's a good balance though. And I think as a creator, when you do stuff like that, because outside of like the Midwest, I feel like New England is the only place you can truly get that kind of stuff. So like your mindset, and it's not being selfish, it's more like keeping it pure and real for yourself so everyone can still enjoy. Because you're
Exactly.
right. I know I make the joke sometimes. We went on vacation, I think it was to Miami when we were super young. And he made a comment about like, hey, like clean up the hotel room. This was when we were stupid. I was stupid, immature and
Hey, it
dumb.
happens.
Leave it better than the way you found it. And like that has always stuck in my mind. So like when we go places.
Oh my God, look at me go.
Little things like that. Yeah, I think it goes back to the nature of it all. Like if it's beautiful, then I think it deserves to stay beautiful. So
Yeah, that's like the northeast. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you look at Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire. It's like they need the tourism, but also like the reason why it's available for tourism, the reason why people want to go there is because
Exactly.
it's beautiful and it's not there to be your Vegas.
100%.
You know what I mean? It's like, if you're
That's perfectly worded. It's exactly
if
how
you're
I
gonna
feel.
go and enjoy it, like enjoy it the way that like the locals created it and intended for it to be enjoyed, which is like be quiet, take your picture, but you know, try and
Yeah.
enjoy the nature of it. That's people are just,
Exactly.
and so many people are craving that disconnect now. We talked about it with Travel Local Vermont, and just people are starting to really dive back into the isolation and the peace and like getting off their phone. And
Yes.
it's like, that's what it's intended to be, you know?
100%. Like it doesn't
Get your viral cinnamon bun.
Yeah,
but
get your
also,
viral cinnamon bun, but also like
but
put
like
your
if you're
phone on
hiking,
airplane mode.
yeah. Like if you're hiking, respect the trail and the rules and
Yeah.
the other hikers there and not make it about
Yeah,
you.
don't bring your music. Like your music does not need to be on the trail. Like just like listen. I don't
Right.
know. It's cool. There's like a bunch of really cool places, and I don't know. That's why we all live here. So like let nature do its thing. Don't try to force it. But
Well said. Both of you.
Is there something about social media for you that has been incredibly fulfilling? Like, do you get like messages from people? Do you do like personal recommendations in the DMs? Like, what's been the most
Yeah.
rewarding part of this for you?
that's been great. I don't know. I love connecting with my community. I've met a lot of really cool people. I'm sure everybody you talk to says that, but I've met a lot of really cool people. But what's been really nice is like, I'll work with a business that like doesn't even really know what Instagram is. Like
Right.
maybe just maybe just have their Instagram account and like hear about like what our collaboration or like me visiting did for their business. Like if they've had like an increase in bookings or just like more traffic to their page that have converted in customers. Like hearing how it helps people in real time is really all about why I do it. It's like the little people around, and that just makes me really feel really special too. And I love giving DM recommendations in the DMs. You can DM me anytime. I'll plan out a trip for you. But it feels really cool to be like the subject matter expert of New England. I don't know.
And you are. I mean, you're like the amount of name dropping you're doing, everything that you kind of know, the knowledge.
Oh,
this
thanks.
right here is like, this is like I said to you before we started, is we've had so many people who are like very hyper specific, like geolocation in New England, but it seems so far you have a plethora of knowledge across all of it. So
thank you.
Kudos to you for being able to keep that all in your brain. Lord knows my brain
Guidebook,
is
baby.
fried.
That's what it's all about.
Fellas, let me talk to you for a second, man. Look, it's 2026 and you're not feeling like yourself lately. I get it, but it's time to do something about it. You got low energy, you're having bad workouts, you can't seem to focus. You are not alone. And trying to figure it out in today's medical world, hell, it can feel like a total hamster wheel. That's why we at the So New England podcast are wicked excited to be partnering with Game Day Men's Health. Now, here's a few fun facts. Your initial consult and lab work are completely free, and most of the results are done right in-house in about 15-20 minutes. It's a medical office built specifically for men, with licensed professionals who actually give a damn and explain what's going on so that they can create a real game plan for you. They offer testosterone optimization, peptides, yes, there it is, buzzword from socials, I know you're seeing it everywhere, peptides, ED solutions, because fellas, there ain't no shame in the game, baby, and more. All completely personalized to you, which was me and the fellas' favorite part. Check out one of their locations in Garden City, Cranston, or Wayland Square right in Providence. Quick, easy, professional, and we cannot recommend them enough. Check out the video on our socials of our personal experience if you'd like, so you can kind of see what it looks like firsthand. Because me and the fellas, we all got our blood work done, and we're now all on our own customized plan right from Game Day Men's Health. So what are you waiting for? Take control of your health today, boys. GameDayMen'sHealth.com and book your appointment today.
I think this is a good transition time for the So New England segment.
Let's
What do we
do
think?
it. Yeah.
Coming off with the hot tea right off the rip. Rank New England states from favorite to least favorite.
Okay.
Just an opinion, of course.
Follow-up question. My favorite to least favorite, or like favorite to least favorite that I think you should be traveling to?
However you want to do it.
We're going to do it with the travel. I'm going to keep my opinions private.
Someone doesn't want to go viral.
Okay. Bottom place. I'm only putting it in the oh my God, I'm going to lose all my Connecticut followers. I'm only putting it in the bottom because like I can't really give a good recommendation about what to do there besides the pizza. But that's just it. Like I bet if you asked me in a couple months, like I would have a totally different answer. So I'm going to put Connecticut in the bottom for that. But there are a lot of really cool people exploring Connecticut. Go give them a follow. Like the Connecticut Life. I think she's doing a really great job. Follow her for your Connecticut Rex. Just don't come to me for them for right now.
We love the honesty.
Yeah.
Spoken like a true New Englander.
This is going to surprise you. Second to least, I'm going to say Massachusetts.
Oh, we have a hot take. Is that the lowest Mass has ever been?
Mass usually
Mass
doesn't
at
get a lot.
5?
Yeah.
That's a whew.
I love living in Mass, but you don't
Gianna,
need to go out of your way.
congratulations. You've just gone viral.
I love living in Mass, but you don't need to go out of your way to go there. Like Mass doesn't have anything that the other states don't. I'm sorry. Like you can find everything in Mass literally everywhere else. We were just driving through I can't even remember, but it was like it was like Lake Winnipesaukee, and I'm like, this is the Berkshires, or like Cape Cod's beautiful, but like you can get that in Rhode Island, you can get that in Maine. And it's not to say don't go to Mass. Like I think Mass is great. I just think that there's other places to explore.
Right, because people hear New England, they think, oh, Boston, Mass. And you're like, literally, we are massive. We have so much to offer besides just Boston and Mass.
Exactly. And it's so close to everywhere that you can easily just make a day trip out of anywhere in Mass. But maybe I'm
the perks
biased.
of being here.
And again, like I sound like such a hypocrite. I've lived in Mass my entire life. I went to college in Mass. I like live in Mass now. I'll probably buy a home in Mass one day. But yeah, there's other places to travel. So I'm sorry, Mass is gonna go in that next place. Oof. Okay. I'm gonna put Rhode Island after that. I'm gonna put Rhode Island right in the middle.
Rhode Island just beat Mass. What up?
Yeah.
What up, fools?
Take that, bass.
I love Rhode Island. I really do, and I think the beaches are great. But yeah, yeah.
We can leave it at that. That's fine.
The beaches of Rhode Island are great. Go and explore them. This is where it's gonna get like a jumbled mess in like New Hampshire versus Vermont. I don't know where to put it. But I think like if you're going, all right, I'm going to put New Hampshire after Rhode Island. I think the hiking's really great. Like, oh my gosh, like best in New England for hiking. Like you get better in New Hampshire than in Vermont or than in Maine. Like no question about it. Like if you want to go on a hike, if you want to go skiing, you got to go in New Hampshire. I think where New Hampshire could do a little bit better is like the food scene. The food scene in New Hampshire is trash. I'm sorry. Like there's a lot of people are doing it really great. Like Chef Evan Hevnesy, he's by the seacoast. He has the most amazing restaurants. I think the seacoast of New Hampshire is good, but like if you're getting into like just normal New Hampshire of it all, like there's not much to do besides hiking, but I think that's okay. That can be the whole big thing of it too. And I think like that's what I like. So
yeah, not too many people say, let's go to New Hampshire to get some food. You know what I mean?
God, no.
Like, you know,
no, don't do that.
Pack your sandwich and go on the hike. That's what you're in New Hampshire for.
Yeah, exactly.
You're there for the outdoors, not the indoor food
Exactly.
service. Although I will say, when you stay at Lumen Retreat, which I believe you have
Yes,
before,
I love Lumen.
there is a food truck just around the corner
Yes.
that has fantastic food.
Yes,
Their pulled
so
pork
good.
and their barbecue and their mac and cheese is actually fire.
So good. Barbecue
So good.
in New Hampshire.
I can't think of the name offhand, but that's a great food truck.
I know what you're talking to. Is that the one near Cannon Mountain? It's like kind of off the highway.
It's literally like right behind Lumen Retreat.
Oh, okay.
Literally,
I actually haven't been to that one.
It's like you could probably walk, but I would say it's maybe a mile away.
Got it. Yeah, I believe New Hampshire has really great barbecue. There's this place in Boscawen that I really like. Obviously I love like the Woodstock Brewery. That is such a classic. Like it's so good there. And like there are a lot, like I said, Shilling, like there's like a bunch of really cool places that are doing it well. But I think places like Vermont just has more of the good food that I want New Hampshire. You know what I mean? So I'm going to put New Hampshire there for that reason. Segueing me into my point of Vermont, like Vermont's awesome. Like you can just like do anything there. The little cities, like the little towns, you can like go and just find like a cheese shop or like have the best burger you've ever had in your life, literally off the side of the road from like this farm to table spot. Like
amazing.
So much to do there. The skiing is just impeccable. It's far. So that's why I'd say like go skiing in New Hampshire over that if you're coming from the Boston area, but Vermont, like just, it can't be beat. Like the hikes, the everything. Stow's really cool. But there's also a lot of really cool little areas too, like Mount Snow. Just like the little villages of it all. I think Vermont is so much to be explored. And the lake life, like Lake Champlain. I feel like a lot of people don't think of Vermont for that, but that's really cool. And then my number one's Maine.
Ooh.
Love Maine. Maine's the best. You can get anything in Maine. You can get the beach. You can get hiking. You can get skiing. You can really do anything. Maine's food is so good. I mean, it's getting the moment it deserves right now, for a reason. I feel like it's not really much of a hot take that Maine's the best, but I think if you're going to travel here to go anywhere, like you can get it all in Maine, go to Maine.
You're going to piss a lot of Mainers off.
Yeah, sorry.
They're going to be like, she's lying. Don't come here.
Away. I'm sorry.
I do think it's fair to say, though, because Maine is massive and incredibly underrated how big of a state Maine truly is. I do think the people that would be more bothered by it are probably inland. And when you're traveling to Maine, most people don't go inland. They stay coastal.
Yeah, but I think inland's really cool, too.
That's
like,
what I
they
mean,
have really
like-
good, like, whitewater rafting.
It's
Love
so
going
cool.
whitewater rafting. And Maine has everything. Like, it's, I don't know. If you haven't explored a lot of Maine, you're missing out. It's huge. It's humongous. I think all of New England can fit in Maine.
Probably.
Which is
Most
wild.
Could
to
definitely
me.
fit about 50 Rhode Islands.
Probably.
But yeah, I don't know. Do with that as you will. Masses in fourth.
A great ranking and good explanation. Very well done.
I completely agree. If you could add a city, state, country, whatever you want to pick out of the blue, it's your call to add as the 7th New England state. It just fits right perfectly right there.
Key West.
Oh, a Florida girl. Where we go?
I love Key West.
I love it. That's so funny. I've only
a
been to
great
Key
answer.
West once for like a Halloween extravaganza.
Ooh.
If I could bring Key West without the Halloween extravaganza, let me tell you, it's
Did you
an
go to
extravaganza.
what's it called, like a holiday fest or Fantasy Fest? Did you go for Fantasy Fest?
I don't know. I don't know what it was, but it was
yeah, that
something
sounds like
else.
Fantasy Fest.
Key West was fantasy was definitely what was happening on the streets there. That was like pretty wild.
yeah.
But
yeah,
if
that
I'm
sounds
being
about
honest,
right.
it literally just felt like New Englanders that just went to Florida because I was kind of like,
Yeah, it's what they are.
I was like, I'm vibing with everyone, but this is crazy.
there.
Yeah,
the
that's
food in Key
hilarious.
West is so good. There's so much to do there. You don't go to Key West to go to the beach, but that's fine. You go to Key West to go on an excursion and like whatever, like just like get lost. It's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Do you have a favorite New England season yourself?
Fall.
Is it fall? I assume.
Oh my God.
That seemed like a very obvious answer. That's the one we chose for everything. But I was
Yeah.
like, let's do that one.
All right. If you could best describe each New England state in one word. Since you're pretty well traveled, you're very knowledgeable. One word, all 6 states.
Okay. Connecticut pizza. Rhode Island, I'd say quaint.
Very nice.
Jinx.
Vermont, I'd say village because it's, I don't know, just like a lot of little villages. I love it. New Hampshire, mountain. Massachusetts, asshole came to mind, honestly, which is so funny.
So
with that as
asshole
you
it
may.
is.
Yeah.
And then Maine, whatever, beautiful. Like, it's the best.
There you go.
I love it. All right, last question.
Okay.
If you could encompass the perfect New England day, it can feel nostalgic. Talk me through like what you're going to be eating, what activities you're going to get into, and then tell me from, if you were creating this as a reel, what would be the theme song that you would include?
Ooh, oh my God, what a good one. All right, my perfect New England day.
And let's take out the equation that you have to travel. Like it's 3-4 hours here. Like you're like, oh, you wake up in Vermont, then you get food in Rhode Island, and then you like make it crazy. This is completely your perfect day.
Okay, my perfect day. All right.
There's no traffic. This is why it's a dream.
Okay, you wake up, you are in like the woods of New Hampshire, and you have to get to Santa's Village. You guys ever been there?
Oh my God. Please, I love Santa's Village.
It's crazy. When you said nostalgic, I'm like, I have to do the Santa's Village plug. Like, that's my childhood. You go and you spend your day at Santa's Village. It's all great. You go back, have lunch. Then we're getting in the car. We are going to Maine, and we are doing a Cabbage Island clam bake. Have you heard of that?
I've heard of it. I've never had it.
Yeah.
Okay. What it is, it's you get on a little ferry out of Boothbay Harbor and they boat you over to a little private island where they cook for you. And they give you like 2 lobsters, a big thing of steamers.
Was it Sophie that told us this last time, right? Remember she had mentioned it?
It might have been.
Yeah.
Sophie might have said this.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Oh my God. And it's like the most quintessential thing. So then you're going to go from New Hampshire to your clam bake. And then you're going to finish the day back at New Hampshire. You're going to see the fireworks at Canopy Lake Park.
Wow.
Nice.
And what's the song?
Homesick by Noah Khan.
I figured.
Do you get that every time though? I feel like it's always a Noah Khan song.
This is kind of a newer question that I'm exploring here
Okay.
with that. So, I mean, for the most part, Noah Khan is obviously, because he's really like, there's either like a Boston song and then there's New England songs. I feel like Noah's got New England covered and then Dropkick Murphys has got Boston covered.
Yeah.
Precisely. I love it.
It depends on the vibe you're going
true.
for.
Yeah.
You know, if someone's nostalgic Jay is going to the bar and getting in fights and drinking Guinness, it's like,
Yup.
I think Dropkick Murphys is probably going to
Oh
be a good
yeah,
thing.
that's like
Solidify
encapsulate.
it.
If you ever go to a Southie parade, like that is just Dropkick Murphy
Literally,
Central.
literally.
That's what it is.
Would we count like 7 times I think he played?
At
throughout,
least,
like,
yeah. We did the parade this year for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh,
and
man.
Everyone you went by was playing that song.
Nothing will make you feel like more of a degenerate than spending your day at the St. Patrick's Day parade, but it is a good time. So
Oh my gosh. I feel like we could talk for hours. I'm
Literally.
like, as a podcast titled So New England, for someone who can share so much about New England, seriously, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having
sharing
me.
all of this incredible information. Where can everybody find you? What you got coming up that you can tell people to be on the lookout for?
yeah, I'm at New England Guidebook on everything. Well, everything meaning Instagram and TikTok. And then be on the lookout for everything. I will say Providence right now, they're doing free parking all in May. Check that out. Come and visit Providence. Really cool area over here. And stay tuned for all the summer recommendations. I got a lot of fun stuff coming on. So.
I can't wait to see it because I'm going to be visiting your page frequently.
Thanks.
So that I can start being a little bit more like your mom, getting out every weekend and having a little bit of fun.
And hey, if you need any recommendations, let me know. I'll put something together. So
You can count on that. Amazing. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude episode 84 of the So New England podcast. And I will say, I think now more than ever after that episode, we can conclude this by saying, don't forget, life's better in New England.
Red Sox crack and the Celtics fly.